Hello everyone, John here, Chief Instructor, FPV Australia. It's cold, that's why I'm in the office today and happy about it. Well, it's not why, but I'm happy that I'm here. It's cold outside. Look, I've been quiet on this T100 issue, and it's about time I thought I'd say my piece, because there's lots of people that are being sort of misled maybe and wandering down the wrong paths, and I want to put some records straight and some things straight so that you people out there can make educated decisions on what they're going to do. Because there's big money involved here. So let's get a few things straight. DJI released the DJI T100 in the Agris range, and what a machine. It is a crazy bit of kit, but comes with a sting in the tail. It has a maximum takeoff weight of 175 kilo. What does that mean? It means under the Australian regulatory framework, it is a large RPA. Okay, people say, so what does that mean, John? Well, there's a lot of things that it means, and I'm going to explain. In our regulatory framework, we have categories or weight classes, if you like, of drones. Micro, very small, small, medium, large. They're all determined on weight. For example, micro is less than 250 grams. Medium is less than 150 kilograms. So between 25 and 150, it's considered a medium RPA. And a part of CASR 101 sets out the requirements for a medium RPA. Cool. It allows us to do things like T50, put them on the REOC, fly them, spray paddocks, look after the maintenance ourselves, all the normal stuff we do on a day-to-day basis in the drone world as a REOC holder. It also allows landowners to not have to have a REOC if they want to fly their T50 over their own land. They can get REPL and type endorsement, and good. Pretty easy to do. You can go to a flight school, you get a flight test. If your particular machine's not a manufacturer that's a flight school's got, CASA will flight test you, yada, yada, yada. It's all easy, right? When we click over, we hit 149 plus or 150 plus, we walk into large RPA space. Now, before we go into that, why does that happen? It's because of MTOW, maximum takeoff weight. This is the term we use in aviation on machines that we fly. And it's all based on what the manufacturer, the OEM, says. This aircraft has a maximum takeoff weight of blah, and that's where it is. And then there's licensing limitations. For example, my recreational pilot's license, Part 61, where I jump in a plane and I go flying, my recreational pilot's license says I'm limited to 1.5 ton, 1,500 kilos of aircraft. That's it. It does not allow me to get an aircraft that weighs more than that and then just put enough fuel in it to keep it under 1.5 ton. That's not how MTOW works. Now, there's been some rumor around that, oh yeah, no, CASA are talking at DJI and there might be a chance that they'll redefine MTOW. You know what? I don't know if that's true or if it isn't, but that would undermine the entire crewed aircraft's world where everything runs on MTOW, maximum takeoff weight of the machine, not what it currently weighs. So I don't know, that's a rumor that's swirling up. I can't see it, in my opinion, I can't see that. When we're in large RPA, so over the 150, it falls into a category that needs either an experimental certificate, and in this case, it won't get one because an experimental certificate is one given to an aircraft that's still under development so that the organization can play with it and test it and build it and fly it. And if you Google this, if you Google CASA large RPA certificates, you'll find them on the website. Click on it, you can download one, and it'll show you that they got the exemption for an experimental certificate. They might be exempt from some certain maintenance things because they're still developing, and certain pilots are nominated on that, and right? This can't apply to the T100 because it is a commercial aircraft. We're not building it. It's not an experimental. It's in play. So it would need a certificate of airworthiness. What is that? Walk outside and have a look at any aircraft that's got VH written in front of it, and that's what you're looking at. That's a certificate of airworthiness being issued to that aircraft. And if you look at those certificates I just told you to download, they're all VH registered. You'll need an aircraft registration for this thing. And then what does that bring? Maintenance issues, because now you need lamies, maintenance engineers, certified engineers to maintain the thing. You won't be able to as much as pull the prop off it. You'll need a certified maintenance team, organization, person, whatever, that is a registered authorization for maintenance to be able to look after the thing. So it's not as simple. If you've got flight schools or retailers telling you, oh yeah, load it up to 149, you'll be right. It's not right. And there's one more thing that is being overlooked. There is an exemption instrument issued by the regulator. 2177, if my memory's right, 2377. Anyway, if you Googled exemption medium RPA training, there's an exemption instrument that CASA released that allows us to fly a T50, for example, with only a REPL in the 25 kilo category if we are gaining experience to go and get a flight test for it. That allowed people to buy the T50, I'm using it as an example, any medium aircraft, go outside, fly it, get skilled up on it, put some runs on the board, then come to a flight school like us and be put through an endorsement for it. Without that exemption instrument, we wouldn't be able to do that. We wouldn't be able to fly it. This doesn't apply, there is none, for the large RPA, which means if you buy a T100, you cannot take it out of the box and put it up. No can do. There's likely changes, because that instrument doesn't exist. There's likely changes coming to the large RPA space, but they're still being worked on. And even if they started serious work now and started, it's a while away. It takes time for this stuff to happen. But right now, as of the 25th of July, the T100 in its current flavor is a large RPA. We just need to get on with it. Put it to bed and say, right, it's a large RPA. I've had people say to me, oh, CASA should come out and make a statement. And like, you know what? It's actually not up to CASA to say anything. A commercial organisation released a machine that doesn't fall into our medium RPA regulatory framework. End of story. That's it. It's a large RPA. There's plenty of manufacturers making large RPA. They're not trying to squeeze them into the medium space. And I don't think we should do the same thing here. It's a large RPA. In my opinion, how do we fix this? DJI need to fix it. DJI need to release a 75 litre tank, which will bring it under the 149 kilo, change its cargo lift for the Australian market to 75 kilo, release a new manual and specs that says 149, limit the firmware so it can't take off once it senses 149, more than 149, job done. Then that machine and all of its tech can come into the country and be flyable with a whole lot more chemical than, say, the T50. But that's just my opinion. That's the quickest fix. A regulatory fix, I don't think, again, personal opinion, I don't think is an easy, fast fix that's anytime soon. But that's just my opinion. I don't have any information out of CASA saying this is what's going to happen. Let me put that straight. I don't have anything from CASA that says, John, this is how it's going to be. These are just my observations. And my observations are it's a large RPA and we just need to get on with it. If and when DJI fix that, then we might have a T100A for Australia that we can fly. My advice to you at the moment, I guess, is if you've got one on order or you're paid for one or you're thinking on buying one, my advice right now, as of today, 25 July, don't do it. You're not allowed to fly it. You're not allowed to even test it. You can't even get it off 1 centimetre off the ground and test fly it. There is no part of the regulation that allows you to do that. You are essentially illegally flying a VH registered aircraft. Well, it should be a VH registered aircraft because it's unregistered. It's a big thing. And I would not personally like to see 175 kilogram machines whooping around the country being flown under the radar, if the term's right, cowboy country style. That wouldn't be good. I personally think DJI need to fix this, and they need to fix it fast before a fleet of these get released into the wild and you know, then the horse is bolted. I don't think, you know, like I said, the rumour and innuendo about changing some stuff and making exemptions for this aircraft, I can't, personally, I don't think that's going to, look, stranger things can surprise me, right? But I don't see it. If that was to happen, it will open the floodgates to non-compliance, because then that just undermines the whole regulatory framework of why we have these categories and these limits and limitations. It would just, yeah, it would, again, just my opinion. If you've got questions, fire them in. Training at fpvaustralia.com.au. Our 1300 number can find us. We've fielded massive amounts of emails and massive amounts of phone calls. It's been running hot here on this exact topic. So I hope that's giving you a little bit of insight. It's a large RPA at the moment. Maybe it'll change. Maybe CASA will do something. Maybe DJI will do something. I don't have the facts on that. I can only tell you how it is now. And buying one today and trying to fly it is illegal. that's the facts now. What happens tomorrow, next week, next month, I don't know. But that's what it is at the minute. Anyway, that's enough of me. As always, if you are flying a drone today, tomorrow, next week, or next month, do so safely and responsibly. Safe skies for everyone. Enjoy.